Hey, it's Doug from the Rise Up Gym channel, and my goal over the next 4 weeks is to teach you how to do all the kettlebell basics and put them in a workout. I'm calling this Kettlebell 101, and this is week 1. Let's check it out. Week 1, I'm going to teach you 4 exercises that are basic to kettlebell movement, and then we'll put it in a little bit of a workout. I'll kind of give you the options during the workout so you can make it longer or harder or a little bit less even. So the first exercise we're going to do is the basic deadlift, the kettlebell deadlift. I really like the kettlebell for deadlifting because the position we can get into. Barbells are going to put the bar, a little bit further ahead. It could put a little more stress on the back. Kettlebells are nice because we can literally stand right in between them, in between the knees and ankles, and that's a great position for the low back. What I'm going to do is stand right in between these ankles, and I'm going to tell you to push or hinge. It is a hinge movement. I'm going to push my hips back like I'm going to broad jump. I'm not going to drop down into a squat. So I'm going to push my hips back, and I'm going to keep pushing my hips back until I find the handle. When I find the handle, I'm going to grip, squeeze my glutes, and come up. When I bring it back down, I'm going to push my hips back or hinge back, keep pushing back until I find the floor, and then come up again. Now, a common mistake is not bringing the elbows back and lifting the chest up and having a rounded back when you lift, or lifting with your low back, keeping straight legs. So again, we want to push it back till we find the handle. I'm going to lock my arms down, drive up, and then when I bring the bell back down, I'm going to just keep pushing my hips back till I find the floor. It is okay to drop the hips a little bit, but we don't want a full-blown squat when we do it, so it's more of a hinge. So that is the deadlift. The next one we're going to do is a 2-arm overhead press. Now this is, not a kettlebell movement per se where it's unique to the kettlebell, but it is a movement that you want to do and have foundational movement with. Because it'll help build up strength and help build up to the single side. This is a goblet position. We're not going to cover the goblet squat this week. We're going to do it next week, so stay tuned until next week. But we're going to tuck the elbows in. I'm going to have the handle just under my chin. I like to grab low on the handles, so I'm not up here because I don't have much support. I'm going to hold very low, tuck everything in. Now I'm going to tuck my tailbone underneath, tighten my glutes, and I'm just going to squeeze my biceps to my ears, squeezing my back. And then I'm going to pull down like a chin up into that rack position. Squeeze up, and then pull down. That is it. I don't want to bend too much. If I get a little tired, I can use a little bit of leg, but I don't want to push the bell away. I'm squeezing, I'm locking out my legs, locking out my glutes, and wedging underneath the weight. Lastly, the swing. Now the swing is kind of the staple exercise of the kettlebell. Yes, you can swing a dumbbell. It is awkward though. So the kettlebell with the handle placement, this is its bread and butter exercise and the one most people want to learn. It's good for cardio, it's good for strength endurance, muscle endurance, and it's just a fun exercise to do. Grip as well, builds up that strongly. Now, if you need a very, very in-depth swing analysis, check out the card above here. I teach you how not to hurt your back. I'm going to go over it, moderately quickly, but I'll give you all the foundational movements of the swing. And again, go where you're at, like when we put it in the workout. If you can't do it, the goal, if we do it for time, is not to do it for the full time and hurt your back. It's just kind of do what you can where you're at right now. Now, I'm going to be in a triangle position where the swing bell is the apex and my feet are kind of the base. I'm going to grab just on the outside. Now your full hands might not be able to get into the handle. Mine, I have to keep my pinkies out. I'm going to roll my elbows back. I'm going to tilt the bell, and I'm going to feel a little stretch in my hamstrings. I'm going to hike the bell through and then squeeze up and propel the bell with my legs. What I am not doing is not moving my legs and pulling with my arms. I'm driving through the floor, squeezing my glutes, locking out, and that's propelling the bell. So again, we'll go over that part first. Hike, and then down. Second part I want to go over is the timing of the backswing. The bell is coming down. I don't want to bend right away where I don't have support. I'm letting the bell come down. My upper arms connect to my body, and I use my whole body to swing the bell or move the bell into the backswing, upper arm connection, and then drive up. If I bend too early, the bell's gonna be below the knees, way more stress on the back, and then after a couple reps, your timing's gonna be way thrown off. So again, you wanna let it connect, kind of override your brain to bend early, bend with the whole body, and then drive up. Lastly is breathing. Inhaling on the way down is good, exhaling on the way out works. So again, full, lock, tilt, load the hamstrings, and then down. I want to end on a backswing. So if I were to put this together in a workout, a simple workout, I'm going to put it together for you guys for time. I'm only going to do one round. You guys can do multiple rounds. You can do one round, rest longer, and do multiple 3 rounds. You can do for longer time. I'm only going to do it for 30 seconds. You can go 45s, you can rest longer, whatever you want. The workout details are not important. The workout and moving well is the important thing. So again, go where you're at. So I'm going to turn on the timer. We're going to do the 3 exercises. So I'm going to do the deadlift, the overhead press, and the swing. 30 seconds of work, 15-second transition. So count down. 5. And I'm going to push back. And I'm not going fast. I'm not counting my reps, that's why I have the timer on there. After 5, I kind of lose count. Push my hips back. I like a little tap on the floor. If the bell's a little bit smaller in weight, you may not tap the floor, it's okay. All right, I'm going to rest my 15. I'm going to put the bell down, shake everything out. And then we're going to go to the 2-arm overhead press. So I'm going to deadlift the bell up to me. So always when you pick things up off the floor, go to deadlift. All right, squeeze. I can rest as long as I need right here. Let's say I'm getting tired. Use a little leg. And I'm going to set it down. And then we'll do the swing on the last one. Shake it out. In 5 seconds, I'm going to get in my position. Triangle, roll back. Hike through. You want to get about parallel with the bell. You do not need to go up high. That you're going to use more arms that way. But you don't want to really kind of be down here either. Because here, the bell is weightless. That gives me a little rest. Arms slightly bent, elbows. But I'm not in here pulling it in. That's kind of semi-cheating. So, and down. So there's my round 1. If I were to do more rounds, I would jump into it, go back to the deadlift, and work through those. If I want to rest longer and do it, that's fine. If I want to up the time, that's fine. It's up to you. Another exercise that's associated with the kettlebell is the Turkish Get Up. Now, you can do it with the dumbbell. You can do it with a sandbag even. The kettlebell is nice because the way it sits as part of your form. A dumbbell, the weight's out here, it's going to move around a lot. Not that it's bad, it's just going to be a little bit harder. You can probably do a little bit more weight with the kettlebell and just kind of have it be part of your form. What we're going to do today is break down the get up and only do the first part of the get up. Okay? We're going to do the get up sit up. I call it the first part. The exercises within the get up are really good by themselves in isolation. And I think the first one is very good because it's the hardest one. You have to start your body from a dead stop, get it going through inertia and get moving. So what we're going to do is, if you have a light bell, we're going to use a light bell. If you have no bell, because you have a very heavy bell, that is totally fine as well. I'm going to roll to the side, hug, and roll the bell to me. The bell side, that leg's gonna be up. I'm gonna press up with 2 hands. You can do 1, 2, but 2 is a little bit safer. I'm gonna make sure it's stable. Notice how my hand, it's just holding kind of in the palm. And I will grip eventually, but it should be able to rest. And there's no gap here. If I was to grip it and there's space in here, that's gonna put a lot of pressure. And you can see my wrist is goosenecked. I wanna make it a part of my wrist, and the weight is going straight down. I'm going to snow angel out about 30 degrees with my leg and my arm. They should be about the same angle. I don't want my arm way out here and my leg way down. Now, I'm going to push into the ground. As you can see, I'm pushing with my left leg. And you see what my hips are doing? They're rolling cheek to cheek. As I roll cheek to cheek, I'm going to pull with this arm and come up. And then control down. This arm is stable, so this arm isn't loose. I pull it in and pack it in. The other thing is too, my chest isn't caved. My chest is up. So again, roll cheek to cheek. And then I'm going to control down. This foot is about 1 shoe to 1.5 shoes away. It will be stronger if it's closer, but when you do the next parts, it won't work as well. So you want to be in a good spot. Push up. And then control down. Bring it down with 2 hands, and then we'll do the other side. Now we're going to put it in a workout. I already did the first part. I'm going to keep that 30-15 clock. So what I'm going to do is 30 seconds on one side, rest 15, do 30 seconds on the other side. And again, you can make it longer, you can add more rounds. I'm only going to do 1 round, and that'll be the end of the first week of Kettlebell 101. So let's do it together. I got to find my timer, and we'll get it started. All right, I found my remote. I got it started. 5. I'm going to pull to knee, press up, lock down, widen out. Most common mistake is not using this foot to push and a lot of collapsing or trying to sit up when you do it. It's not a sit up, it's a roll. And then I'm controlling down. I'm using this leg to decelerate me. I can rest as long as I need here. Now I finished, so I'm going to bring it down safely to the floor. I'm going to roll the bell around my head so it's again safe. I'm going to try to get in a good camera angle here. You can see it's better now as I bring it in, up, and I'll do the other side. Very common to have one side that's a lot easier than the other. Just our muscles are wound up differently. Our strength is a little bit different. I'm going to move my foot. I just felt it kind of getting far away from me. I want a little more power. And I'm going to bring it down safely. Now I can go back to the other side, or I can just be done, or I can rest longer than do it again. So there you have it, the first week of Kettlebell 101. So we did, again, the deadlift, the 2-arm overhead press, the swing, and the get up. Practice this for a week or even longer. Come back to week 2. I'll put week 2 out next week. We'll do different exercises. So make sure you subscribe and like the video so that way you'll get notified when the new one comes out. If you have any questions, put it down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Go grab a bell, get some workouts in, and we'll build up those kettlebell foundations. See you next time.